Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is Season 5, Episode 4. Yes, this was last week. I apologize, but because of the weather that was going on last week, I did get delayed. We didn't get the heavy part of it, but we had tornadoes that touched down that are about 5 minutes to 10 minutes away from me. So I was not in the place to actually do all of this. I'm catching up now. But please pray for Florida and also surrounding areas. I know that a lot are still recovering from Helene, I think it was. But just thank God for the ones that did survive. I know that there is a death count also. So anyways, I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. Also, subscribe to my channel and leave your comments below. Now let's get into this episode. Alright, so we start off with bad weather. They are doing things Laverne and Shirley like. I watched Laverne and Shirley, and no, I was not born during that time era. I was a Nick at Night fiend. And we'll do it our way, yes, our way, making our dreams come true for me and you. Yeah, I watched that show. I watched Happy Days because Laverne and Shirley was a spinoff from Happy Days, and basically the whole show was based off of a movie back in the 70s called American Graffiti that had a lot of the same people in there. But anyways, yes. Y'all watch Friends now and Big Bang Theory, which is on Nick at Night, which is so insane. I'm like, that's that's not even my childhood. But I'm like, that's Nick at Night TV. Friends was more, but really? Okay, y'all. So they're doing all things Laverne and Shirley like. I guess I shouldn't be this way, but I am. I don't want bad weather to get together. I want them to stay fighting with each other, or at least away from each other, because they are weird together. Weird. Yeah. So next that I have here, Bronwyn and Todd. Bronwyn calls Todd and tells him about what happened between Lisa and Heather and all that. And he was good that she stood up for herself, which was really cool. They do communicate. I don't know what type of relationship Bronwyn and Todd have, but just those little snippets. I mean, he listens to her. They have some type of intelligent conversations, you can tell. Bronwyn is an intelligent woman. She's not this... She's materialistic in a way of, okay, I like my fashions and all that. The girl is smart. There's something later on that I'm going to talk about because she talks about the state of their marriage and if she had a prenup or not. And I just want to speak on that for a few minutes. When we get there. Next, Whitney goes and visits Mary. And I guess now Mary and Whitney are obsessed with each other. At least you hear it from Whitney. Mary, Mary. I'm like, oh, okay. It's hard. I'm letting go of season 2 of what they did to that woman. I'm telling you, it's a miracle. I was just saying the other day that I'm watching this show again. It's a miracle. Because they were horrible to that woman. Mary's using the straightening comb. And Whitney was like, what is that? Before really explaining everything, she just said, this is for black women, people, black girls. I say, yeah, it's might as well. If you ain't got no kitchen, there's no sense in you even knowing about it. You'll never see it. You don't need it. Now I know that there's other people that have a relationship with the straightening iron, as far as one that has naturally curly hair. So there are people that can, but they don't really got that kitchen, you know. I think Sutton, she said that she got a kitchen on Beverly Hills. So Whitney goes over what's going to be happening throughout the course of the day. There's going to be a tour through the Miller Beer Caves. They're going to be drinking beer and cheese and all that stuff. Going to the Harley Davidson store or whatever you want to call it. And then last but not least, the drag show. Somehow they got on Mary's color. I don't know why I wrote it down, but her favorite color is lilac. Meredith and Lisa. Meredith goes and visits Lisa and tells Lisa, hey, you know, Whitney and Angie are talking to me that I need to be aware of you and how Lisa could treat me, or how you could treat me. You know, are you really over the stuff that she said about your marriage? I said, how did it get this far? I can understand possibly Whitney going that route, but there was no real need for it. That was being very messy, but for Angie to get involved in that, that's quite crazy. As of yet, she still has not done anything to try to come between you and your relationships, Angie. So I don't really think that you are as loyal, and I think you want to be messy for the show to keep your spot solidified. And that's why I don't want to say I'm dancing with you. I'm just kind of, you know, you go to those dances and you don't dance and you just stand by the wall. I'm over there and I'm looking at you because you're not all bad, but at the same time, you don't mind sacrificing people. And it's like, it's easy to sacrifice Lisa because a lot of people really can't stand her. And it always looks like she's the Regina George. And in a lot of ways, she is. I just don't see where you had to do some of the things that you did to try to declare your independence and all this other stuff and act like Lisa is the problem here. No, because if Lisa did some of the things that you did, it would be a different story. Heather and Whitney, they got Laverne and Shirley shirts. They were quite significant on the show. When they're going out, Laverne and Shirley, they worked in a factory together. When they are going out, I think they were part of this bowling league at some point, and they wore these shirts a lot. So, Lisa and Whitney. Whitney comes by to tell Lisa what's going to happen today, and Lisa says, you know, I'm not really feeling it. And Whitney's like, okay, you know, this is my trip and all that. Like, yeah, but I don't feel like it. Okay. And the next thing you know, all the other women are packing up to get to the destination of Caves, and they see Lisa and Melly and Brittany are leaving, and they're like, what the F? She's not doing what we're doing, and she just decided that she wants to do something else. She said that she wasn't feeling it or whatever. Then they start talking about the states of their friendship with Lisa. Brown was feeling like, oh, well, I guess she's not really feeling me because of what I said last night about our friendship. And then Angie said, you know, our friendship has changed. She quit calling me and all this stuff. And then we go back to a flashback where Lisa was like, you just changed our relationship, and you're trying to act like you don't know why the relationship changed. That's a little bit troubling. And you're acting like you were this devoted soldier to Lisa, and I don't know. I'm not seeing what probably other people are seeing. Do I see that type of, hey, you're supposed to be loyal to me? Yeah, I don't see it the way Angie's trying to paint it. Lisa and Brittany, they go curling in some type of skating hockey type thing. I've never seen it before, even though I'm from the Midwest, so I guess that's what they do in Wisconsin, which is only a state above me. I don't know. Brittany has been avoiding Jared. Jared's been calling her, and Jared's not really calling her like the love of his life, bestie, and all this stuff. And really, Lisa was like, who is Jared? Jared is like a D-list Osmond. Leave that man alone. You don't really need a man. It's nice to have, but it's not really something you should be going towards. And let that man go. At the Caves, Brownland is talking about, you know, at one point Todd was a packaging manager in Milwaukee. And they were talking about that. She joked about the age gap. She's like, I was just a kid when he was doing that. While in the Caves, they brought out this type of champagne beer. I never heard of it. Mary didn't hear of it. She drank it, and she really loved it. You know, she's particular at what she would actually drink. She's definitely not drinking beer. She loves her Dom Perignon, all that good stuff. But Heather and Whitney, they get together. Heather finally shares with Whitney that Meredith was saying what's out there about Whitney's business. Oh my God, why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you come to me? She's never supported my business. It's always something negative. And then we find out you knew about the post already. She could have called me and let me know. So Heather said, well, you can talk to her, but make sure you don't do it on the bus. How about that? I won't. Well, before they got off the bus, all of a sudden now, Whitney needs a moment and says, I just don't understand why you guys are just gossiping about my business. It was out on the site, Meredith was like, well, I don't think you really wanted me to talk to you, as Whitney's trying to say, why didn't you pick up the phone to call me? You know, you're getting into this Julie line, why didn't you call me? Meredith, your explanations are weird. You didn't even have to say that, for real. because it's like, that's dumb. And I love you. But no. And no, you didn't owe her anything. When you're just talking about my business, no. The streets are talking about your business. She didn't make this up, blah, 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 blah. Even though you were trying to twist this and try to turn it in that this is you. Didn't you learn anything from last year? From when you got roped into that whole situation with Angie, da, 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 talking about her marriage and da, 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 and the Greek mafia? Because it's out there in the streets. Now I'm getting penalized because I'm spreading what's out in the streets, which has been a part of Housewives forever and a day in reality TV. You try to twist stuff. That girl is so twisted, but y'all like her so much. Y'all do. Let's see. So Whitney ends up calling Melly and saying, hey, you went with Lisa? You didn't tell me anything? Like, well, I kind of got roped into it and I just thought everything would be okay. So yeah, right. I think Lisa kind of did that to kind of get back at Whitney to take her friend away. I don't know what's going to happen or between them. I mean, Melly keeps sitting by Lisa. So she could end up betraying the girl, Whitney. They go to the Harley Davidson thing. They talk a little bit more about the whole stupid business Alibaba crap. Lisa jumps in to kind of say, because they were kind of going in circles, like, you're not making it any bigger. You're making this situation bigger than what it's supposed to be. And I agree. Man, you act like somebody done slandered your business. It's already out there. Either you got Alibaba or you don't have Alibaba. Like, I don't understand where she was coming from with that whole mess. Like, shut up. Then it gets into... Then Whitney was going back to, oh, you're steamrolling me again. Well, because Lisa brings up, okay, so you're doing this stuff between me and Meredith. And I think Whitney figured out that Meredith had to tell her about the conversation, Lisa, about the conversation that they had, her and Angie. And Meredith said, yeah, we agreed as friends to come to each other if anything was going to come between us. And I told her about you trifling heifers. I'll put that in there. But it's like, what did you think, Whitney? You act like she wasn't supposed... Why do you think that she wasn't going to tell her? That's so weird to me. So Angie was like, I'm a good friend. I was a loyal friend. Everything changed, and you did this. Da, 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 da. But Lisa's like, I don't care. I don't care. You are really mad that I'm friends with Whitney. I said, I don't really care about that. I care about you trying to come in between the relationship between me and Meredith. Da, 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 da. And then I stayed on the phone with you 24/7. Da, 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 da. And then she was like, oh, well, how you would try to get off the phone with me is you say, oh, I got to go tend to Electra. How dare you talk about my motherhood? Now, some of y'all on social media, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. How y'all going to agree with Angie talking about her motherhood? Why did you bring her child into this? What do you mean? No, she's saying that Angie is using the scapegoat of Electra to get out of having conversations with Lisa. Obviously, Angie is being a punk. Oh, I want to say what I want to say. She's being a punk. And not really, she wasn't telling Lisa, I need to get off the phone. No, I need to use excuses. She's like, as I didn't have a mom growing up, and it's my #1 vow to be the best mother in the world to Electra. I cannot believe that she hit me that low. Shut up. Shut up, Angie. Stop. At that point, the whole table's silent. Lisa did not say anything wrong, and I don't even get that whole mess. That is so crazy. So anyways, from there, what happened? Lisa, that's when Angie got up, and then she kicked the chair back like she was going to do something. Stunts are not for you, lady. Let's just stick to reading. You're really good at that, because you look dumb. And I mean to just be that mean. You're dumb with those type of, stop. Just stop. Then Brittany says, hey, I have an announcement. So that's going to be your thing. Friend of. I'm officially broken up with Jared. Because you know I had an epiphany. Heather said, I've heard that before. Well, I did not tell Jared as they're asking Jared know about it. Like, no. Then what's the point of all this announcement that you officially broke up with Jared? I'm sorry, I kind of like talking like a white woman. But everything sounds like I'm on Clueless. Or White Chicks. Excuse me? So Brownman was like, so are you in love with Jared? Or are you in love with him because he's an Osmond? I love Jared. But let's talk about you, Brown. Why did you get involved with Todd? Is it because of his money? And Brown was like, so that's where we're going? Oh, yeah, I Googled him first before having a random lunch with him or somewhere, she said. She ended up, Brown said, you know, I love him. We have a genuine connection. And I love him so much, we don't even have a prenup. I'm not going to be able to take all his money and all that good stuff. He's too smart for all of that. So, look, everybody was like, she's a fool. Possibly, yeah, she's a fool. I think Brown is intelligent, though. She's going to land back on her feet. She ain't no Ashley Darby. You know, I'm not saying that their relationship is all genuine. I think that there is a lot more genuineness that I've seen in a lot of those type of sugar baby type of situations. Not even saying she was a sugar baby, but you were a baby when you got with them. So I think that there is more there. I'm not, and again, and it's not some type of Erica who got rescued from the pole. Erica, the girl from Beverly Hills. But I don't know. I just see something different out of Brown, not because I like her or whatever. You just know that she's not no fool either. So they go back and forth. I do think that Brittany did get her, but in the end, I think Brown won overall. Meredith talks about, you know, she got married to Seth without one. When things started happening in their marriage, they got a post-nup. I think they cheated on each other at some point. When? Who knows? Because it's kind of like, Meredith, you be talking too much to us, and it'll be sounding a certain way about your marriage. Brown dresses like a hot dog to this drag show. Everyone gets up to the drag show and gets their own dance and all that good stuff. And the drag show, which is the reason that we came to Milwaukee, was the less important thing, and I think that was kind of bad. I don't know anything about drag shows. I don't really watch it. I'm just familiar with it when I see it on Housewives, or somebody is tweeting something, but I don't really know anything about it, drag shows. But I just thought if the main event wasn't the main event, I mean, they did keep themselves active during this whole trip, so I thought that was pretty cool. That's all I do have. I'm catching up. I'll have another episode for you tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be in the morning or in the evening, but either or, it'll be here. Tell me your thoughts. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like this video in support of me, and subscribe if you are not subscribed. Until the next video, peace.